welcome to Pakistan Today News from our London studio. I'm Chris Taylor. We begin in Azad Jammu and Kashmir, where a no-confidence motion against Prime Minister Chaudhry Anwarul-Haq has passed decisively in the AJK Legislative Assembly. 36 members voted in favor, with just 2 opposed. Following the vote, Raja Faisal Mumtaz Rathore of the Pakistan People's Party was declared the new AJK premier by the Assembly Speaker. This latest change marks the 4th time in 4 years that the region has seen a new prime minister, underscoring persistent political instability. In Bangladesh, a court has sentenced former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to death after finding her guilty of ordering a violent crackdown on student-led protests in July and August of 2024. The verdict, issued in her absence as she remains in exile in India, comes just months before crucial parliamentary elections scheduled for February are reported to have died during the unrest, described as the worst violence since Bangladesh's War of Independence in 1971. Observers fear this ruling may heighten political tensions and spark renewed unrest across the country. Back home, Pakistan's newly formed Federal Constitutional Court has added 2 more judges, with Rosie Khan Barak and Arshad Hussain Shah taking oath in Islamabad. Chief Justice Aminuddin Khan administered the oath, emphasizing their commitment to upholding the Constitution. The FCC was created to ease the burden on the Supreme Court by expediting constitutional matters. However, the ceremony saw a boycott by several senior judges, raising concerns about transparency surrounding the appointments. For more on this development from Islamabad, we're joined by our correspondent, Sarah William.
Chris, the formation and staffing of the Federal Constitutional Court has become one of the most closely watched legal developments in Pakistan. Today's oath-taking adds momentum to the government's efforts to streamline constitutional adjudication and reduce delays in the higher judiciary. However, the absence of several senior judges at the ceremony has sparked discussions about internal divisions and procedural clarity. Legal experts say the FCC's performance in the coming months will set the tone for how effectively it can reduce the Supreme Court's caseload. For now, the focus remains on institutional cohesion and public confidence in the appointments process.
Thank you, Sarah. In Karachi, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has inaugurated the new Shalimar Express and unveiled upgraded facilities at the Karachi-Kant railway station. The improvements include revamped passenger lounges, a digitized ticketing system, and enhanced amenities designed to improve travel comfort. The Prime Minister highlighted a broader push to modernize Pakistan's transport infrastructure, including upgrades to the Karachi Circular Railway. He said the modernization drive is aimed at strengthening the national economy and supporting long-term growth. Elsewhere, the first session of Pakistan's 11th National Finance Commission has been postponed once again. The delay stalls critical discussions on the distribution of federal tax revenues among the provinces. This comes as the country's economic growth projection has been revised downward to 3.5% for the current fiscal year. Government sources say Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is seeking to build consensus among coalition partners before officially launching the next phase of negotiations. Meanwhile, Health Minister Mustafa Kamal has voiced confidence that MQMP's proposed reforms to local governments will be included in the next constitutional amendment. He noted that the party had received support from PMLN, PTI, and some PPP members during early discussions on the 27th Amendment. The talks stalled, however, amid prioritization of key military and judicial provisions. Kamal stressed that MQMP accepted the delay in the larger interest of the country, adding that once approved, the reforms would ensure resources reach citizens more directly. And finally, security officials report that a captured foreign terrorist has revealed details of Fitna-ul-Khawarij operations, describing how extremists manipulated religious sentiment to justify violent activities. Authorities say these networks aimed to radicalize communities and destabilize targeted regions under the cloak of ideological motives. Investigations are now underway to trace the full structure of these groups and prevent future misuse of religion for extremist purposes. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Chris Taylor.